Hello everyone, welcome to our Let's Play series of Shadowrun Dragonfall. This is Colonel RPG as usual, and I'm very happy that you're chose to join me today in the bowels of Az Technology as we get the heck out of Dodge. We have 7 turns to get out of here because the generators are gonna overload. Which means that they drop voltage. It's a lot less threatening than it sounds. But let's see, steady shot. Should I do a steady shot? She got 3 action points. Let's go with it. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. And I might want to get somebody to open that door just so we have our options open at the moment as well as the door. I mean, that's just the exit. I'm not 100% certain that this is a good idea to do. We also have the Knight Errant Mage over here being errantly magey. But that's a different thing. It's a different thing. Let's see what I can do here. 79. Pacha. Okay, let's just shoot it. Missed. Hit for 20, and that's a kill. Yeah, that's what happens when mages... Oh, wait, no. Right. Well, that didn't matter. That did not matter because you're scrub and bad. Okay, send you over there. Maybe she's gonna have line of sight, or rather, to hit chance. She did have to hit chance. Let's get you up in here. We have a friendly? Yeah, we have 2 friendlies. That's our friendlies. We know those friendlies well. Wait, you're gonna need to go into the Matrix? Well, somebody is. Let's see. Cram, extra action points, yes. I should have used that before, I'm pretty sure. Let's send you, actually, Dietrich. Yeah, I really don't think I can just access that, because it doesn't do anything. Another locked door, yes. Yes, indeed. So what I want to do is I want to send you over here so that I can click... What? Oh, there it is. 2 action points. That's the spirit. That's the ticket. That is exactly what I planned on doing. Definitely didn't get lucky at all. Everything is fine. I got unlucky, in fact, because it's the opposite. Okay. So, you don't have extra action points in here, which makes maybe some sense. I'm not really sure what kind of drugs that was. Okay. We're probably going to get interrupted in this first turn. We did not get interrupted. Let us get an exploder. Actually, let's not. Let's get an attacker here. Because the attacker is going to draw the fire of the... and also I have this. Draw the ire and the fire of the enemy. And landing all those shots. The enemy doesn't seem to be too interested in attacking us, which is a bit weird. A bit unexpected. Let's actually... How do I want to do this? I want to send out the suppression? No. The blaster. That is how that works. Go for it. Okay, that's a fair amount of damage. And now you attack there. 57% chance to hit, lands. Misses on the second. I mean, that's not a big surprise miss. Oh, that's bad. Let's get the erosion. Miss on the erosion. 80 damage. It's fine. Do I do the tar bomb? That only does... No, that does certain damage. It's much better than the other one that doesn't. It also does the same amount of damage, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay, that's a kill. And that opens access. Security access door is done. Pyong, pyong, pyong! All the horrible noises. And of course, you're gonna need to get out. We have people moving in. Yeah, they're coming after us. Wait, we can see them from here? We shouldn't. This was a weird turn. Not sure what to say about that turn. Let's get everybody out of here, I suppose. Okay. Then you get in here. I think she's getting out right now. She's out of ammo, but don't worry about it. She can now leave. And, Edie, not Eddie. Edie is pretty fast. I actually thought I was going to be able to go over there, but I couldn't. It's fine. We're not going to get attacked. It's really weird that we can see them over here. But I'm not going to discuss it. I'm not going to debate it. Or not debate it. What's the word? Yeah, complain. Complain is the word. Gradually, the ringing in your ears clears and the world comes into focus. The generator overload did its job, just as Frau Muller said it would. The Technology family has been reduced to a smoldering crater strewn with a chaotic jumble of cracked marble, melting plastic, and broken support beams. You can barely make out the faint wail of approaching sirens. They're still far away, but they won't be for long. Wow, Chief, that was intense. Nothing I couldn't handle, of course, but this was a little more dramatic than I was expecting, says Blitz. That's probably an understatement, but from what we saw in there, I'd say they deserved it. Yeah, Chief, that place just felt wrong. You could feel it in your heart, you know? Creepy. Blitz steps back, blinking. A sudden gust of wind kicks smoke and dust into the air. It's funny. I've heard lots of rumors about the Azzies over the years, says Dietrich. Stories about making monsters and consorting with evil spirits, that sort of thing. I'd always assumed that they were urban legend at best, or xenophobia at worst. Definitely not true, at any rate. Looks like I was wrong. The Azzies are boogeymen, just like the stories say. That's enough to make a man rethink some things. Do we have anything to worry about, Dietrich? Any chance that Technology Corporate could use blood magic to track us? After an explosion like that? He brushes an errant flake of ash off of his shoulder. Nah, boss, not a chance. Anything we might have left behind, any blood or skin or hair, has been cooked right through. We'll be fine after we clear it out of here. The approaching sirens grow louder. They're now accompanied by another sound, the whine of approaching rotorcraft. We can talk about this later. We don't want to be here when those response vehicles arrive. The test subject is out here. The subjects that you liberated mill about aimlessly, blinking against the light. The foremost clone takes a half step forward. But what of us? We have no purpose now. This is not supposed to happen. It's wrong. Without our masters to guide us, what will we do? This again. Whatever you want to. You're free. You're not supposed to be anything. Find yourselves a new purpose and make it a good one. The lead clone stares into the crater, trembling. We will try. Iger puts a hand on your shoulder. Come on, Edie. Let's go back home. And we will indeed. Try to, anyway. Except we will succeed because it's the Cruise Bazaar loading screen. Memories of the explosion that toppled the Technology facility keep you company on your ride back to the Cruise Bazaar. You barely managed to outrun the blast now that the facility lies buried under thousands of kilograms of twisted rebar and reinforced concrete, no doubt a considerable blow to Technology's activities here in Berlin. Mission successful? It's time to get paid. It is time to get paid. It's also time to talk to everybody, I would assume. And we got some karma. That was the sound of the karma being gotten. The game took a little while. 12 karma! That's pretty awesome. You know, yeah, we're specializing. Although at this point in time, I feel like quickness would be... I don't think... How do I get more action points? I don't think I get more... I know you can get more action points. I just don't know how it's done. Is that the thing? No. I mean, not from there anyway. Maximum for humans and elves. Yeah, these are the abilities, specifically. I don't know. Maybe it's just items that give you maximum action points. Because you'd feel that, you know, only 2 action points, or a combat system based around having only 2 action points is going to be restricted on purpose, so it's kind of, yeah. So we're going to go with just focusing. We're going to do as much damage as we can, so get that up there. And we got Severn Karma. We're going to save it. And action pool, yeah. There's definitely a way to find someone to decipher. Yeah, there's a lot of things. We're definitely going to talk to people. There's definitely a way to get more action points. It's just that we don't have them. Welcome back, my friend. Yes, how is Alexar doing? He's adjusting with difficulty, accepting donations. That's basically the same. It's the same conversation as always. I think we've finished that. Simi doesn't talk. The Vine Keller over here. Wine cellar, probably. That's Lucky Strike. I forgot about her name, actually. She's pretty straightforward, and she says no. This phone booth, I don't remember it being anything. No, it is. Deliver the As Technology Project data. Let's do that. You call up the As Technology Project data on your PDA, and its tiny display window fills with foreign words and symbols. Handing over the Blood Mage's research, whatever it is, would be as easy as initiating a data upload. I don't think I would want that. So, return the data to the Shockvallenreiter payphone. That's so that the data becomes free. I can find someone to decipher the As Technology data, which I want to do. And then I can maybe return the data to the phone. The doctor might have something for me. I doubt it. Welcome back. Yep, nothing here. Thank you very much. The dancer is obviously dancing. Money well spent, for sure. Ah, dang it. She never says anything. She must, one of these days. You're the only one who gives me money, and I'm like, yeah, I'm the protagonist. Don't worry about it. That's just how it goes. I wouldn't think that she would say anything like that, but anyway. Absinthe smiles up at you from the counter, and I could buy magic, but I can't use it, so I might as well not even. I mean, there's reasons to buy it, even though I can't use it, but I'm not gonna buy them. Question for you, if you don't mind. That's the spirit. Algernon over here. I came by some data on a job. It's written in a foreign language. Maybe you could take a look? Ah, yes, of course. Hand it to me, if you will. Algernon sweeps his eyes over the information on your PDA. His mouth curls into a frown, and then a grimace of disgust. This is an abomination. You would do well to delete it. What is it? He meets your eyes. Nothing that should exist. But you are looking for specifics, and you will continue asking until you have them. The impetuousness of youth. Very well, then. I will try to provide the knowledge that you seek. There is great power in blood, Edie. It can be used as a focus, a battery, or a bridge. The blood mages of Tenok Teal clan are widely feared for their proficiency in abusing their power. This project, this bloodline, seeks to abuse the power of blood in a novel and a horrifying way. With the techniques described in this document, a spellcaster could use a person's blood as a magical conduit. In layman's terms, a spell could be channeled through a father to kill his son, through a niece to kill her aunt, anyone with a hereditary connection to the original target, regardless of distance. Do you see the ramifications of this, Edie? Do you understand what this means? Were the project completed, were the techniques described within to be perfected, nobody would be safe. You could run and hide, you could go to ground, you could bury yourself in a mile of concrete. It would not matter. As long as As Technology can find a blood connection to their prey, they could target them, and it would be fatal. He hands you the PDA. The information is intact. This is yours, Edie. You have heard my counsel. I will leave the rest to you. Yep. And, so we have an interesting, not a dilemma, although it is a dilemma. It's us having to decide on what to do with this data. In real life, and in the game as well, security, cybersecurity, and security in general, is... I'm trying to think of any security, and I think every type of security is like this. Security in general doesn't work, or rather, it does work through obscurity, but it doesn't work as well as it would if you just patched the freaking limitations of whatever we're trying to secure here. So, you know, for example, having a password is you know, if you can get into a place by saying a password, that's That's security through obscurity. But if you have a system that forces you to make a new password every day without people actually talking to each other, then it isn't about, you know, hiding the password and nobody that you don't want can get in. It's about actually knowing how to get in and making the new password for the day. Imagine you make a word that starts with the letter of the month, or the number of the month then corresponds to something else, you know, like a system. And of course that's for passwords in specific, but like the security vulnerabilities of any system, computer or otherwise, we're talking about bloodlines here, magic and stuff, the security vulnerabilities can be patched. And if somebody finds a vulnerability and tells the person who owns the system or owns the whatever you're trying to secure, they can patch it. They can make it better. They can fix it and make sure that the vulnerability isn't there. And that's why security through obscurity is a bad thing. It's because if somebody finds a security vulnerability, they don't need to tell you. They could tell somebody else that might be interested in getting into your crap. Now, when it comes to magic, when it comes to blood magic, when it comes to a freaking thing that is just physics, there's no security through obscurity. There's no... I mean, there is security through... or rather, there's no security... there's no patching it. You're not going to patch our bloodlines and make sure that this magic doesn't work. It works. I mean, it will work if they develop it further. So the only way is to obscure it. And it's sort of interesting because it's kind of similar to, I don't know, maybe somebody finds a way to hack into every Macintosh. Well, I say Macintosh, but it's not really iMacs or whatever they're called these days. Somebody finds a way to hack into every single one easily. I mean, maybe not easily or not cheaply, but something. It doesn't matter what it is. Maybe you make like a little board and it connects through their Thunderbolt port or whatever, and you hack into every single one of them. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do if you find that out? Are you gonna tell Apple? You could tell Apple, but Apple, once told about that, what they have to do. Or it's not what they have to do. They don't have to do that. They could say, okay, well, nobody else knows. Please don't tell anybody, and it's going to be fine. They could do that. That is the security through obscurity. But what they do, because they're smart and they're a super successful company, what they do is they patch their crap. So that nobody else can find it. And if the person who found it tells somebody, or if somebody within the company tells somebody, or somehow it leaks, then it can't be exploited by unknown people. So, yeah. Tammy. Hey there. How have you been? Things are alright. Yeah, and she says the same thing as before. Because that's the dialogue that she gets. I think her dialogue is done. And Altug over here is also done. So, let's go back home. I was looking at the outside. Did it change the outside? I don't think it did. Hey, Blitz. Let me talk to you. Blitz looks grim. His customary table is littered with cigarette butts, and the heavy bags under his eyes tell you that he hasn't slept in a while. Edie? Any thoughts about the... No, let's ask this. You don't look so good. No, I mentioned that I don't. So I'm guessing that the rescue attempt didn't go so well? No, it did not. As it turns out, she didn't need to be rescued. At least not before I showed up. I don't really want to go into this, Chief. So, here's the abridged version. I made a mess of things. Well, with your world-class skills, whatever could have happened? I don't know, Chief. I really don't know. I hit the data node just like last time. Just like last time, navigating it was a breeze. At least, it wasn't the beginning. The Aussies must have beefed up their security over the past year. That really shouldn't have come as a surprise. He shakes his head, a miserable expression on his face. It was all going so well! I guess I must have tripped something. In a blink of an eye, there were alarms going off, and then I had black IC bearing down on me from all directions. I thought I was a dead man. Well, I don't see any smoke pouring out of your ears, so it looks like you made it out okay? Well, Emily found me, and, he turns his head and looks away. She rescued me. I'd have been ecstatic to see her if I wasn't so ashamed. She didn't look particularly happy either. Oh, well, that's bad. Did she make it out okay, too? The last I saw of Emily, she was being chased down by Black IC. They gotten a trace on her. Then she must have jacked out because she just disappeared. She looked really, really angry. Livid would probably be a better word. And that's about it. She's gone, Edie. He looks down into the cup of soy calf in his hands. I don't know if I'll ever hear from her again. Well, at least she jacked out, so she's still alive. That's something, right? Yeah, I guess. A cheerful tone chirps out from the terminal on Blitz's table. He jerks up in surprise and hurriedly turns to read the message on the screen. As he mouths the words, you can see the hope on his face flicker and die. If anything, he looks even more miserable than he did before. Is that a message from Emily? I'm gonna ask. We want to ask that, right? Because it must be. He glances at you with red-rimmed eyes, then averts his gaze. Without a word, he turns the terminal so that you can read the message on the screen. It reads, "Congratulations, jackass. You've managed to blow an op 5 years in the making and endanger Emily's life, all in one fell swoop. Thanks to you, we're going to have to work very hard to keep your ex alive. Don't bother looking for her again. She's being moved somewhere very, very far away. She never wants to speak with you again, by the way. Idiot. Freedom, equality, information, Shockvellen writer." He clamshells the terminal closed and then puts his head in his hands. Well, at least you know that she was working for Shockvellen writer. His reply is dull and flat. Somehow that's not a consolation. No, I guess not. Chief, let me ask you something. Did you suspect that something like this was going to happen? When you let me go in there, did you know that I was going to fuck it up somehow? No, of course not. How could I? I don't know, I guess that I'm just on edge right now. I know you can't see it right now, but having Emily out of your life is a good thing, Blitz. From what you described, it sounds like your relationship with her was a pretty toxic one. You don't know what you're talking about, Chief. You've never even met her. And I don't have to. She could have avoided all of this and protected her oh-so-secret mission if she'd communicated with you a little better. She left me notes. Yeah, inflammatory notes that provided almost no useful information. Look, you've made your fair share of mistakes, but no more than she did. He hangs his head. I don't know. Maybe. I still love her, though. That's something you'll have to work out for yourself. I'll give you some space and leave you to it. All right, Chief. You do that. I've got some thinking to do. And now I think he's not going to tell me about the last run. He is. Hey, Chief, what's up? Any thoughts about the last run that you'd like to share? I never thought I'd set foot in an ass technology building. Looks different in meat space than it does in the Matrix. I'll say that much. Truth be told, Chief, I found the whole experience kind of nerve-wracking. I'm glad that we're out of there. I mean, and I'm even gladder that the building is a pile of smoldering rubble now. Yep. Talk to you later, Blitz. I did not see that coming. She fooled us both. I really, really could swear that she was leading him on. She probably was, but, you know, like, maybe she's written to be like that. I don't know. Maybe you can find her somehow in a different way to, for the quest. But it's possible, like she just has that kind of personality, you know. Some people are like that. They can't help but lead other people into trouble or just sort of not be straightforward. Any updates on Alexander? Yeah. Any thoughts about that last run that you'd like to share? You know, boss, living in Berlin, I never thought I'd get the chance to go up against a blood mage. Guess today was my lucky day. Not sure how I feel about your freeing those clones. It might have been kinder to put them out of their misery. Yeah, it was your call, though. Yep. Suppose it was. Iger. She didn't say much throughout the whole thing, only at the end. Edie, what can I do for you? Any thoughts about that last run? That complex needed to be buried. What they were working on in there, it was an atrocity, Edie. I'm glad that we were able to put a stop to it. Saving the clones was a bold move. It would have been easier to leave them where they were and consider them collateral damage. But it was the right choice, Edie. Mm-hmm. It's really complicated. Because it's like... It's collateral damage, all right, but it's also damage control, saving the clones. I mean, I might as well save them. They're really, like... As... You know, there's no reason to extinguish their lives, is what I mean to say. Glory doesn't want to talk to me. She didn't go on the run, that's why. Otherwise, I would be able to ask her, but I can't. And I also can't continue because we're out of time for the day. So for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Shadowrun Dragonfall. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment. Like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later. But above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.